and thought I was doing great, you know, but I smoked real heavy, about two and a half packs a day. The morning when I got up, I had a few things I knowed I needed to do, and that's when my problem started. My arms started getting numb, and I thought, well, you know, I don't feel real good. So being a smoker, I thought, well, if I sit down and smoke me a cigarette, everything will be fine. I started having kind of a tightness. I just got up, put the cigarette out, and I came up the 2 steps and got right inside. And all of a sudden, it felt like 6 elephants got right in the middle of my chest, and they just wouldn't get off. And I hit the floor.
We received a call that there was a chest pain. Arrived on the scene. Jerry was laying on the couch. And then we started working on him, giving him oxygen, putting him on a cardiac monitor, starting IVs, things like that. When we talked to him and kind of got a sense of what was going on, what happened.
I started having a feeling that I wasn't going to make it. Everything started getting kind of gray. I said, I'm fixing to leave you. And they said, what do you mean? I said, I'm fixing to die. And those are the last words to come out of my mouth.
Jerry? Jerry, hello, Jerry?
At that time, he arrested, he went unconscious and unresponsive.
I don't have a pulse. Okay, let's go ahead and move him down to the ground.
One of the things that you do to a patient is you give them what we call a precordial thumb. So my partners reared back with a clenched fist and hit him in the chest a couple of 3 times. Once that didn't work, we got the paddles out, put the chest pads on him so we could defibrillate him.
And then all of a sudden, it just went totally black. I mean, I was gone. I had the most peaceful feeling come over me I've ever had in my life. You know, I had no fear whatsoever. And the next thing I realized, there was no roof on my house anymore. I was floating out of my body, and I just floated up. It seemed like I was 4 or 5 feet above the room. You know, I could just see my wife. She had totally lost it. And my friend Grady, he had run outside. I turned and looked that direction, and I could see outside. There's no windows on that end of the house, so there's no possible way I could see him through a window. I don't know any other way to put it except he was sick and throwing up. And later, when I made it and got home, I told him about it. I told him exactly where he was standing, what he was doing, and he couldn't believe it. And he told me, yes, I was. And I was watching the EMTs work on me. It shocked me the first time with the defibrillators. That didn't get me back. And the second time, they shocked me, and it didn't get me back.
Recharging, clear the patient. I got nothing.
And while Steve was trying to charge the paddles up for the 3rd time, the battery went dead in our cardiac monitor, which was nothing unusual. That happened to us on occasion.
Fortunately, help was on the way. A backup team of paramedics was already speeding toward Jerry's home.
I looked to my left. I seen another ambulance coming in. And that was the backup ambulance that brought the other set of paddles. Later, I told them who was driving the ambulance now.
I don't want to use the word spooky, but I guess that's the word I'm going to use because it's just kind of like a Twilight Zone moment.
Jerry was trapped in limbo, and he wasn't sure if the backup paramedics would reach his body in time. But little did he know, his extraordinary journey had only just begun.
Next thing I know, head first, I went into that tunnel.